Now we will start with the third segment, adding cultural and architectural position during the Sultanate period, or culture and architecture during the Sultanate period. Let's start. The culture and architecture of the Delhi Sultanate period 1206 से 1526 represent a significant and transformation in India's social, cultural, and architectural landscape. The Sultanate period saw the introduction of Islamic cultural elements which blended with Indian traditions and influenced the development of a distinctive Indo-Islamic culture. The period was witnessed significant architectural achievement that laid the foundation of later development, particularly during the Mughal period. Culture during the Sultanate period, religion and society, Islamic influence. The establishment of the Delhi Sultanate brought Islam as the dominant religion in the northern India, which had a profound impact on culture and social fabric of the region. The sultans and their elite followed Islamic principles, but they also had to adapt the cultural diversity of India. Second is Sufism and Bhakti movement. During the Sultanate period, Sufism, Islamic mysticism, gained prominence. Sufis played a crucial role in spreading the Islam through their inclusive approach, emphasizing personal devotion of the God. The Chishti order of the Sufism was particularly influential in India. Sufi shrines, dargahs, become center of religious and cultural activity, blending in Indian and Islamic traditions. Bhakti movement. The Bhakti movement also gained momentum during the period, with Hindu saints like Kabir, Namdev, Tulsidas, Guru Nanak challenging the caste system and promoting a more personal connection with the God. This movement sought to transcend ritualistic practice and many ways it merged with Islamic ideas of devotion, religious tolerance, and conflict. While the Delhi Sultanate's rulers were often Muslim, the majority of the population remained Hindu. The rulers, especially under the Khiljis and Tughlaq dynasty, engaged in religious and cultural fusion. However, there were periods of tension as evidence of destruction of temples. Example, Somnath temple by Mahmud of Ghazni and the Vishwanath temple in Kashi by the Khiljis. Language and literature. Persian as the court language. Persian became the official language of the Delhi Sultanate, and most court records, poetry, literature were written in Persian. Persian poets and scholars, including Amir Khusro, flourishing during the period. Amir Khusro, 1253 to 1325, a famous poet, scholar, and musician. Amir Khusro is often referred as the father of the Urdu literature. He was a courtier in the Sultan and wrote extensively in Persian and Hindi, the precursor of modern Urdu, promoting cultural synthesis. Khusro's contribution. He wrote in Persian, including historical works, poetry, and even some Sufi texts. He also contributed to the music and dance, blending Persian and Indian tradition. His composition helped form the basis of the development of Sufi music and poetry, art and music, miniature painting. While the Sultanate period did not see the development of highly refined Mughal miniature painting, some form of Islamic miniature painting can be traced in this era, particularly under the Khiljis and Tughlaq dynasty. Music and dance. The Sultanate period is also known for musical innovations. Amir Khusro is credited with popularizing the Qawwali form of the Sufis, which become central to both religious and cultural life. Calligraphy and decorative arts. The use of Arabic calligraphy in the manuscript and inscriptions became the major art form during the Sultanate period. This artistic tradition was used to decorate building, coins, and religious texts. Architecture during the Sultanate period. The architecture of Delhi Sultanate period represents a blend of Indo-Islamic styles, where Persian, Central Asian, and Indian architectural tradition merged. The architectural style during the time laid the groundwork for Mughal architecture and the nations that follows. Early Sultanate architecture. Qutub Minar 1199 में. The Qutub Minar in Delhi is one of the earliest and most famous example of the Indo-Islamic architecture built by the Qutubuddin Aibak and later completed by the successor. It is tall minaret made of the red sandstone around the inscription from the Quran and the carving that reflects the fusion of Islamic and Indian design elements. Second was Qutul Islam Mosque 1192 से 1206 built by the Qutubuddin Aibak in Delhi. This was one of the first major mosques in India. It was constructed using pillars and stones from the demolished Hindu temple, which reflects the Sultan's use of pre-existing structure in their own architectural creation. Next is coming in order Khilji dynasty 1290-1320. They made Alai Darwaza in 1311 built by Alauddin Khilji. This is the main gateway of Qutul Islam Mosque and is an excellent example of the early Indo-Islamic architecture style. It incorporates Persian influence and is made of red sandstone and marble. Next is Siri Fort. In 1300s, Alauddin Khilji built the Siri Fort, which was part of the ambitious project to construct a new city, Siri. It was surrounded by massive walls and gates and had a combination of defensive and architectural feature. Third is Tughlaq dynasty 1320-1414. Tughlaqabad Fort 1321-1325 built by the Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. This fort is known for massive walls and the use of a large impressive structure. The fort represents the Tughlaq architecture style that was highly influenced by the Persian and Central Asian design with austere and monumental architecture. Next is Jama Masjid 1369-1375. The Jama Masjid in Delhi built by Firoz Shah Tughlaq is one of the largest mosques in India and an important example of Tughlaq architecture. The mosque large simple domes and minarets emphasize the grandeur and the simplicity of Tughlaq era Islamic architecture. Next is Lodi dynasty 1451-1526. They made Banda Gumbad 1494. The Banda Gumbad in Delhi is an example of Lodi architectural style which combined elements of Indian and Persian architecture. This structure is characterized by the large dome, thick wall and decorative features. Next is Tomb of Sikandar Lodi 1517. Sikandar Lodi's tomb is another important architecture example of the Lodi period. The tomb is an early example of a square tomb style with arched entrance of the central dome influencing later Mughal dome. Now we will discuss about the key feature of Delhi Sultanate architecture. Use of red sandstone. One of the hallmark of the Delhi Sultanate architecture was the use of red sandstone stone in building architecture. It gave the building a distinctive appearance and allowed for intricate the carving and decoration. Next is domes and arcs. The domes and arcs become prominent feature in the Sultanate period, symbolizing the Islamic architectural style. These features were used in the design of mosque, tomb and palaces. And third one is blending of Indian and Islamic style. Sultanate architecture was a fusion of Indian, especially Rajput and Hindu and Islamic architectural tradition. This fusion became more evident in the Khilji's and Tughlaq dynasty and laid the groundwork for the later Mughal architectural achievement. Fourth is use of calligraphy and inscription. Arabic calligraphy, especially Quranic verses, were widely used in inscription on wall, domes, and minarets, and reflecting Islamic influences, fortification, and mosques. Many of the forts, such as Tughlaqabad Fort, Red Fort, and Lodi towns, demonstrate the functional yet ornamental use of fortification walls, gates, and gateways. So, this is it. Now I am going to conclude it. The cultural and architectural during the Delhi Sultanate period was marked by a synthesis of Indian and Islamic tradition. The Delhi Sultanate played a crucial role in the introduction of establishment of Islamic art, literature, language, architecture in India. The legacy of Indo-Islamic architecture, as seen in a mosque, tomb, and forts, continued to influence their settlement Mughal period, leading to the golden age of Mughal architecture. And this is all. Not all, almost all of Delhi Sultanate. I tried to cover it in 4 lectures, and if there I would think that something has been left, that will be covered later on. Now we will start with next just broader chapter in order. So please see and like, subscribe, and share. I will be thankful, and that will give me a fillip bolster to my moral upliftment that I am making something in public domain. That's all. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.